I've got a haul to share with you guys today, and it's going to be kind of a mix of things from the Sephora Friends and Family sale. I was lucky enough to get a coupon code from Tiffany, so big thank you to Tiffany for that. And then also the VIB Rouge sale and MAC Holiday, just like a bunch of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the things that I purchased from the MAC Holiday collection, which was called the Nutcracker Suite. And these two products were really, I think they were the biggest sellers of the whole entire collection. And they're the Nutcracker Sweet Copper Face Compact, and then also the Nutcracker Sweet Peach Face Compact. And the one that was going, people were going crazy for was the Sweet Copper, because it's got Whisper of Guilt inside of it. But my favorite one has been the Sweet Peach Compact. I actually was able to get a backup of this through Nordstrom, and I've seen them going in and out of stock on different websites, so if you kind of look around you might be able to get your hands on one yet. But I have used this non-stop since I've gotten it. This is a really good one for fair skin. I love this blush as well. This one here came out with the in Extra Dimension a while ago. It's the shade At Dusk, and then this guy's called Tutu. And these together on like my fairer skin, I just love them. What is that? Ugh. So there's the highlight, and then there is the blush. And that's the Sweet Peach Compact. And then here's the Nutcracker Sweet Copper Face Compact. I'm not crazy about the packaging, but I do like how there's a dual product, and both of them in the compact work really nice together. So I've lightly swatched this guy, but I haven't been using it as much as the other one. So this is Whisper of Guilt, and then the bottom is Pleasure Model. And I only have one of these guys because I just am not going to get the wear out of it like the other one. But I feel like, you know, a deeper skin tone than mine, this definitely would look beautiful. So that one is the Sweet Copper Face Compact. I also purchased one of the Magic Dust Powders, and the one that I got is Sweet Vision. This is what the packaging looks like. So here is the powder. This is for me, this is like a giant blush. There's 0.29 ounces of product in here, and it's like a peachy with a gold shift to it, kind of a really strong gold shift. This is what I have on my cheeks today for a blush. And then it has little stars like embossed in there. Based off of blogs and whatnot, this one was supposed to be the better out of the two that came out, and I do think it's a really pretty blush. So that guy is Sweet Vision. You can really see like the gold in that guy. And I purchased one of the eyeshadows. It's the Magic Dust eyeshadow, and this is in Rabble Rouser, if I hopefully didn't butcher that. And this one kind of just appealed to me the most. It's like a pink cranberry type of shade, and it says it has a what kind of finish. Okay. It doesn't say what kind of finish it is on the back here. Usually it does, but I do think that the packaging in the core collection, like this type of packaging, I think is cute. But that guy is super pigmented. So that's Rabble Rouser. I also purchased two of the lipsticks. That's what the packaging on those guys look like, kind of a candy cane type of scheme going on. One is an amplified cream, and this is in Saucy Little Darling. I should have wore this today. This would have gone really nice with the eye look that I have on. But amplified creams are really a nice formula for me, and that color is just stunning. So that one is Saucy Little Darling. And the other shade is a Cream Sheen, which is another one of my favorite formulas from MAC. And this one is in Kingdom of Sweets, which is a really pale, cool-toned pink shade. And when I use like a something like Clinique Sky Violet lip liner, I'll like fill in my whole lips with that lip liner and put this over the top and really blend it into the edges. It looks really pretty like that, but it is a really, really pale pink lipstick. And then I also purchased one of their lip sets. I got the Nutcracker Sweet Nude Lipstick Kit. And normally they don't do, I don't think they've ever done mini lipsticks in a set like this for the holidays, so I was pretty excited about it. This box is like, you know, really reusable. There was a inset in here with the lipsticks in there kind of in a row, but I pulled it out. And all four of the lipsticks in this are from the permanent range of MAC, and I think the packaging on these guys is so cute. Let me show you what it looks like next to a full size. Right there. And so this first one is a matte lipstick, and this is in Kinda Sexy. So these are all going to be nude shades that you guys probably heard of already. But I do find that these mini lipsticks are on par with their full size, which I think is pretty awesome. And then the next one is another matte lipstick, and this is the Nouvelle Vogue, which is a pink, kind of a warmer pink shade. It also comes with one of my favorite MAC lipsticks ever, and that's Cream Cup, which is a cream sheen lipstick. And this is going to, as soon as I'm done like with this haul, this is going straight into my bag. And the last shade that comes in there is MAC's Whirl lipstick, and this is also a matte finish. MAC has recently redone their matte lipstick formula so that they're a lot more comfortable to wear on the lips. I believe I was wearing this guy in my last video, but I actually don't have Whirl in a full-size lipstick, so that guy is Whirl. I should also mention that I purchased 2 of the eyeshadow palettes. I got the cool one and the warm one, and I believe there was another one. There's 3 in total. In any event, I didn't care for them. There was a few shades in there that were okay and kind of nice, but I knew that based off the couple times that I used them, they were not going to be something that I probably ever would reach for, so I went ahead and sent those back. I'll just go ahead and keep going with MAC products. I did purchase all 4 of the new Extra Dimension skin finishes that came out. There are 4 of them in total, and each one of these is 0.31 ounces. And these just come in normal MAC packaging. So this one is called Beaming Blush. And this one here has got a really strong gold undertone. Hopefully when I have them all swatched together, you guys can really see. But for the tops of the cheekbone, this guy won't work out on my fair skin, but it'll definitely look prettier on a deeper skin tone than mine. Otherwise, I just plan on using it kind of like a blush topper. But that one pulls really gold, so that's Beaming Blush. This next one is called Show Gold. And this one here, it's funny because the Beaming Blush in the pan, when you first look at it, looks pink. But when I swatch it, it has more of a gold shift. And then this one, which is called Show Gold, looks more gold in the pan. And then when you swatch it, it has a much stronger pink shift, which I find is kind of ironic, right? So you can kind of, there you can really see the Beaming Blush has the gold, and then the Show Gold has got more of a pink shift, at least on my skin. And out of the 4, Show Gold is the one that has got the chunkiest type of a texture, because it's got really fine micro glitters in it. And I feel like the Beaming Blush does too, but they're much more faint than they are in the Show Gold. And then my personal favorite out of the 4 is Double Gleam. And this one here, it looks quite yellow in the pan, but on the skin it kind of is it's a light neutral type of a shade. And this one is a fair skin friendly for the top of the cheekbones. And I've worn this quite a bit since I got it, but the texture of this guy is really nice as well. And the last one from that collection is called Soft Frost. And this one looks white in the pan, but it has a really strong purple duochrome to it. And the thing with this guy for like a highlighter on top of the cheeks is it doesn't have I feel like it doesn't have enough filler to it. If it had just a little bit more concentration of like opacity to it, I guess best way to describe it, I think it would be a little bit easier to wear. But otherwise the I mean, the texture of it is pretty thin and it pulls really purple. So that one is Soft Frost. I plan on using it kind of more, mixing kind of with blushes and stuff like that. And this guy here, Double Gleam, is my favorite. I feel like the texture of that one is the best out of all 4. These next products are from the Chanel Holiday Collection, and I actually had all 3 of these sitting in my Nordstrom bucket. You know how you do when you're shopping and add stuff to your bucket and kind of, you know, think about it or wait a little bit longer. And I was just about to pull the plug, like literally, and purchase these 3 things. And a guy on Instagram, his name is Dhante, he messaged me on there and said that their Dillards, this particular Dillards, I want to say it's in, I could totally be wrong, I think it's in North Carolina. But anyway, they do a sale once a year, and it's going to be 20% off of all the beauty and perfume pretty sure. So I was able to get these for a discount through him, and he also said that I could relay that information to you guys. So I'll leave his like contact information down below. The sale is technically over, but I didn't get these products like soon enough to be able to film a video, but he said that he'll go ahead and honor it for a few more days. So if you want to like get a discount on some high-end makeup. Anyway, so the 3 products that I did purchase is the eyeshadow palette, which I like to get Chanel's Holiday Quint every year. I don't know, it's just something, it makes me excited for the holidays. I don't know how weird that may sound to like get the Chanel Quint. Anyway, this one's called Architectonic, and hopefully that will focus. And this here, like sometimes Chanel, both their Quints and their Quads can be kind of hit or miss. All the shades in this guy, I did wear it when I wore it twice this past week. This is probably one of the nicest powder shadow formulas that I've ever dealt with Chanel. They're all really nice. Some of the shades are quite similar in tone, so you're going to really have like a blue-based gray smoky eye kind of when you use it. And then there are 2 mattes in here, which is the blue shade, and then this gray over here. And then you've got a light silver, a medium silver, and then kind of a charcoaled black shade. But the formula in this guy is super. Like, I hope that Chanel kind of sticks with this formula because it's really nice. So those are 3 of the shades. Super nice, right? I was just so impressed with the formula on this guy. And then these other 2 here. So you can see it's going to be like, it's going to be a real wintry, cold, smoky eye, which I plan on. It snowed once already here. I'm in North Dakota, if you weren't aware, but it snowed once already. It has since melted, but it's supposed to snow again in a couple days. But I feel like in the dead of winter, I'm going to be reaching for this a lot. I feel like a blue-toned, like, smoky eye like that is great when it's 40 below zero. Anyway, this is the Architectonic Quint from Chanel's winter or holiday collection. And Chanel also released a gel eyeliner, and as far as I know, it's only available in black. It's called 65 Hyper Black. It does come with one of those little tiny brushes that you like flip over and use, which is actually a nice brush. The first time I used this, I actually used that. And it's a relatively creamy gel liner. I used this on the upper lid to do a wing, and I mean it stayed really, really well up there. And then yesterday I put a bit of it on my waterline to see if it would migrate, and it did. I don't have that on my waterline today. I've got Marc Jacobs's Highliner Gel Crayon, but it did migrate in the inner corners when I had used this on my waterline yesterday. And then yesterday my mom, she was dying to try this as well because she's always on the hunt for a really bulletproof black for like the waterline, and she liked it as well, but she likes to use MAC Black Track, and she said it performed kind of the same for her on the waterline. So even though this is a pretty creamy formula, I'm probably going to put some Duraline in it and use it just kind of for that upper wing on the top lash line, because it doesn't stay quite as well as the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon does in the waterline. And if I'm wearing black in the waterline, I don't want it to migrate. I like in this inner corner when black gets in there, I'm just like so anyway, that's my plan for that. So that's 65 Hyper Black, and it's a pretty good sized pot. There's 0.14 ounces of product in there. And then the last item that I got from that collection, which I'm also really impressed with, is one of their blushes, the Jus Contrast powder blushes. This is in 360 Hyper Fresh, and online it looks pretty, but in person it looks even prettier. It's a pretty vivid, more warm toned, lighter pink blush, almost borderline neon. It has kind of a matte satin type of finish to it, but this guy here is super duper pigmented and it's bright. It's got a really nice texture to it. I used the Wayne Goss airbrush, that really light fluffy brush, which is how a brush that I would recommend to use would be a light fluffy one, because you're not going to want to use something really dense on this because it's super pigmented. So if I start buffing it out a little bit here, you can kind of see what it looks like. So that is Hyper Fresh. Moving on to a couple more random purchases. I did get the Lancome Grandiose Extreme Mascara, and I purchased this to get over a certain amount for free shipping and something like that off the Lancome website, because I really wanted the new Lancome Audacity in London eyeshadow palette. And I used that, and it was You guys, it was just so terrible to the point where I didn't like the way the eyeshadow looked. It was so bad that I didn't even want to use it again after that. I packed it up and I had to pay for the shipping, but whatever, I shipped it back. But this mascara, on the other hand, it is nicer. I feel like this is actually a mascara that you can get away with doing one coat. You know how a lot of mascaras, they say you just one coat and it's great, and you kind of end up having to put 2 or 3 on. This mascara, I can do just one coat. I don't like it better than like 2 coats of the CoverGirl Supersizer mascara, but I do like it for a quick one coat mascara. It does a really nice job of giving length and volume. And I do like the original Grandiose mascara as well. I have it in a couple different shades, like the blue, and I have like a burgundy shade, and the brown, and the black. But this one here, the packaging on the Lancome Mascaras and their new liners is so pretty. And this tube is in a matte packaging, but it's got that swan-like wand, which I do feel it's easy to get in the inner corners and the outer corners of the lashes because of its shape. And it didn't flake on me or smudge, so that was also really good. But being that it is just like a one coat mascara, you have to be a little bit careful if you do want to do like 2 or 3 coats. It's gonna give you that like thick, almost probably spidery type of effect. I feel like one coat is good enough for me when I use this mascara. And then I finally got the other Dior Holiday Quint that came out, and this one is 776 Precious Embroidery. Oh, the colors in this are absolutely stunning. Let me ditch the applicators. And it's got that gelée. It's like I would say it's like a hybrid gelée powder type of a formula to it. The colors in here are really pretty. They all have a bit of a luminescence or shimmer to them, but on the eyes they're very, very pretty. I can see where this particular type of shine product isn't going to be for everybody, but I really like both of the new Quints that came out from Dior for the holidays. There's 4 of the shades. And then this guy, which is the darkest out of the bunch. Dior Holiday Quints. So this is Precious Embroidery. But Dior Holiday Quints, again, those are 2 of the palettes that just give me excitement for the holidays that come out every year that I just like to pick up Dior's. Because they usually come out with 2 every holiday season. And it just gives me all the feels, like all the holiday feels or something. But I'm really happy to report that the formula on both of their holiday Quints this year is really nice. But if you're someone who likes more of a matte eye, I don't think those will be for you because they do have quite a bit of shine to them. Moving on, I feel like there's a lot of highlighters in this video. There are a lot of highlighters in this video. I purchased 5 of the new Makeup Geek highlighters, and when I got my package, 3 of the shades that were in there were like completely shattered, so I emailed them and they're gonna go ahead and send me out replacements for them. But I do have 2 that came intact, and I really like both of them. They're a traditional powder style highlighter, and there's 0.25 ounces of product in each highlighter. The packaging is a hard plastic, which is nice. So this first one is called Celestial, and this one is kind of on the lines of that white looking highlighter that has a real strong like purple blue duochrome to it. But like the difference between this guy and like the MAC one that had that blue or purple duochrome to it is this one has more substance. It's got more like of a more opaque finish to it. So I kind of feel like, for me at least, it'll be a little bit easier to wear than the MAC one. And Celestial is one of their duochromes. And the other one, which this is the one that I have on the top of my cheekbones today, and I really like it. It's the shade Glitz. And it shows pretty pink in the pan, but I feel like it looks a little more pink in the pan than it does on the skin, although it is a pink-based highlighter on the skin as well, so you can kind of see it. Shows a little bit more, or a little bit less pink in it when you actually swatch it out. So that one is Glitz. And I'm really excited to get the other 3 because those are really light-toned highlighters as well that are going to work on my really light skin tone, and I like the formulation of these as well. So I don't think I'm going to make it through all of my like Sephora VIB stuff. I went ahead and I purchased 2 more of the Dr. Jart BB Beauty Balm SPF 45 Premium BB Beauty Balm Multi-Action Skincare and Makeup. This is what I have been using as like a foundation on my face for so long, and then I discovered that like silicones like silicone base type products like in skincare and then like liquids like this, you know, they have more of a tendency to clog up my pores. So I was gonna try to like eliminate all silicones from like my base products and skincare and stuff like that. So I'd been on the hunt for a product like this that was just as good as this without silicones in them, and dude, it just doesn't exist. So what I did was eliminate like silicones from everything else in my skincare and like base products, except for there's some concealers, but I really don't have a problem with like a clogged pore around my eyes, which is the only place I wear concealer anyway. So for the most part, this is the only thing that has got silicones that I put on my face, and it's after my sunscreen. And I think since I eliminated a lot of the skincare products that I was using that had silicones in them, that using this it's been all right for me. It's not like too much, but it's a lot of this, like the skincare and then the BB cream and products like that, when you start putting them on and each one of them had silicones in them, it was just probably too much for my skin. So I'm back on the Dart BB cream, and again, like after all the things I was trying from when I stopped using this to now, it's just, for me, it's just the best thing ever. It's got SPF 45, so I did purchase 2 more of these guys. Since this video is already getting pretty long, this will probably be the last product that I'm going to show, because it's really nice outside today, and there's 3 more quotes left that I need to work with, so I'm going to do it while it's still nice outside, because after today, I think the weather's supposed to like tank. So anyway, this is the Estee Edit. I can't find the packaging or what I did with it, but they're the Gritty Eye Palette and then the Glow Face and Eye Palette. And what I thought about this was the packaging on these guys is really, really cool. I like new, like thinking outside the box type of packaging from makeup companies. For me, it's kind of refreshing, but there's 2 palettes in here and they're magnetized like this, so you can use them like as a flip side type of eyeshadow palette. And then these are super sparkly, but they're not sparkly with that texture where glitter particles fall off. So it's just a solid, like nothing is going to come off here, but it still remains very, very shiny. So let me start off with the Glow Face and Eye Palette, and there's 0.78 ounces of product in here in 6 shades. There's a ton of product in both of these eyeshadow palettes. So this one here, each one comes with a mirror. This one has got 6 shades that you can use either on your eyes or on your cheeks. This guy for me is the only one that I kind of would use on the top of my cheekbones, because these ones have a little bit too much color. But somebody with a like a medium skin tone, I feel like all 5 of these other shades are going to be really pretty. So I'm going to use the rest of them as eyeshadows. And it does come with an inlay with the names on it, which I kind of wish that they would have printed it on the inside. So here's the palette up close. And the pans in here are really big. Like here's the MAC single eyeshadow. You can see that they're a pretty good size. And everything in here is shimmery. So let me go ahead and swatch it. And I feel like all of these are nicely pigmented, and they're pretty smooth for being like solid powder products. So there are the first 3. This one here kind of looks like I could almost get away with that guy as well. It'd be more of like a more close to my skin tone type of a highlight, but, and then these next 3. I feel like the texture on these guys is really smooth. But there's the next 3. Yeah, these are going to make some really pretty eyeshadows. So that's the Glow Eye and Face palette. And then the other palette is called the Gritty Eye palette, and there's 0.84 ounces of product in this guy. Again, it does have a little overlay with the names on there. But this here looks very familiar to the Estee Lauder and Victoria Beckham eyeshadow palette that came out, and that one was it 90? It was either $98 or $99, so we'll just say like $100. And I think these 2 here are 55 or 59, I can't remember. So if you were interested in like that Victoria Beckham eyeshadow palette, this version here, while the tones are very similar, this is more of a fun version of that palette. Like there's more sparkle and stuff to these shades than there are with the Victoria Beckham one, and I'll show them next to each other here in a minute. But again, you get a ton of product. I was really surprised when I got this in the mail, and I got it off the Sephora website because Estee Edit is exclusive to Sephora. But I was really surprised at how big the palettes were and how nice the shades inside were, because I did do a video way back when Estee Edit was new on their eyeshadow palette that first came out, and that thing was just not good. These are so much better than that. So there's the first 3 shades. Look at that, like, high shine, man. And then these other shades. This one here is not quite as smooth as these other three, and neither is the blue one. These two here had quite a bit of fallout when I used them, but it's because there's quite a bit of sparkly micro glitters in them. But that blue, I wore that on the lid over a pretty sticky primer, and it was so pretty. There's the green one, the blue one, and then a black. The black one does have some micro glitters in it. They're kind of like a blue micro glitter. But there is the eye palette. And then here's a side-by-side of the Estee Edit palette and then the Estee Lauder and Victoria Beckham palette. So if you were interested in this guy, although these colors are a little bit more subdued, I guess, than these guys. Well, there's not like as much glitter or like funness to these colors as there are in here. But if you're looking for a cheaper, funner version of this palette, go ahead and get this guy. And then also it comes with the highlighter half, which those are really nice as well. I'm going to go ahead and slow my roll right there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.